Guys, welcome back to the Independent Investor Channel. My name is Ryan, always trying to focus on where the focus should be on the channel, and that is you. What is it that can benefit you? How is it that you can become a better investor? In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 investing principles that I think you can really put to work for you. These are investing principles that I really try to abide by. I'm not perfect, okay? I'm a human being. I'm looking to relate with other hardworking folks out there that are hardworking, but maybe want to take that additional step and add an investing aspect to their life. This is how you get it done. I thought long and hard about the 10 most important things that you can deploy in your own lives to help you improve your own personal financial posture. Let's get right into it. Number one, you've got to lower fees. The industry has been built and predicated upon taking people's money, and they do it slowly, and they bleed people over time, and they bleed people to the extent of hundreds of thousands of dollars of fees. Guys, this is why the physical locations exist across this nation, and they don't have to have customers coming in all the time buying product. Okay, they don't. They need to be able to sell you on an idea, that they provide you a strategic edge to the stock market, and that is not true. The truth of the matter is now, with the emergence of technology and with the availability of the stock market to each and every person, the everyday average person, somebody who, may not have the time to become a stock analyst, but understands that the importance of lowering or drastically eliminating fees when you look to step into the investing world is critical. It's critical. You have to at least entertain the option of lowering fees. What are the products that will allow me to lower fees? What is the account that is available out there that will allow me to invest in the stock market without management fees, without yearly fees, without dollar cost average fees, without dividend reinvestment fees, right? Without expense ratios. Guys, the list goes on and on and on. And this is the very root of value that I offer through the channel, is to open people's eyes to the prospect of lowering fees. There's going to be people out there that hear this information for the very first time, and they're like, wow, I never knew that was a possibility. There was a time in my life when I did not know it was a possibility. I wish I had understood it sooner. But for you guys who are tuning into the channel, fairly new to the channel, open your eyes to the prospect of how we get this done. It is the number one investing principle that I feel that you have to at least entertain and understand. If you understand it, it's not going to take a lot of time to understand it, and you feel like you want to seek representation, then go ahead and do that. But you need to understand the impact of not abiding by this number one investing principle. Number two, diversification. This is going to help a lot of you guys who think that you can just stock pick your way to success, okay? Stock picking is a lot like nose picking, all right? It's gross. You shouldn't do it. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about blue chip investing. I'm talking to all you folks out there that think that you're smarter than the analysts, okay? Stop. The defensive mechanism that you are allowed to enjoy is one that is given away all too often, okay? Through the form of diversification. Now, going back up to point number one, if you're always being sold on mutual funds, you're getting the diversification, but you're not getting the low fees, all right? So it begs the question, how do we achieve this diversification? We achieve it through the products that we are entering into, all right? What type of investor do you want to be? Everybody should be looking to seek exposure, go from a non-investor to an investor as a passive investor to start. You shouldn't even be worried about when to sell stock. Don't keep coming to me and asking me what the perfect stock is, all right? If you are not an investor and you're looking to seek exposure, seek it through a diversified product, okay? Diversification is one of the most important top 10 investing principles that you have to know what it is, all right? Spread your money out over a lot of different options because the stock market is volatile, okay? And it will humble people. Diversification will keep you honest, all right? And it will keep you invested when times get tough and times get volatile, all right? Number three, maintain cash. This is something unique to the Independent Investor channel. You're not going to hear this information through a financial planner. You go into Wells Fargo and sit down with those cats, they're going to want every bit of your money, okay? They don't care whether or not you have the expendable, the cash on the side, the sleep easy money that I talk about, the stuff that's on the sideline to where you can say, you know what, I've got X% devoted to the stock market. That's my exposure limit. And this is what allows me to sleep easy, man. It keeps it aside. It keeps me sane. It keeps me prepared for a potential emergent situation, an unexpected expenditure that may come up. This is what allows you to have that insulation and buffer and really justification for the amount of exposure that you have to the stock market. This is one of those pillars that through YouTube and through the Independent Investor channel, we can openly share with people as a viable option. A lot of people are going to say, yeah, but you're losing 2.5 to inflation. I don't care. I don't care. The accessibility, the insulation, the protection, the freaking peace of mind that you get from this very investing principle is worth the 2.5% that you're losing to inflation because we continue to devalue our currency. There's nothing I can do about that. But maintaining a cash pillar in your portfolio is critical. It's so important. Number 4, maximizing your surplus. There's a disconnect between your salaries that you're making or your hourly wage and the amount that you're spending, okay? People spend way too much, and a lot of people come to the Independent Investor channel. I talk about ways to save money. I talk about all kinds of things that you can utilize to find this surplus. And this surplus may be down to 25 bucks, 50 bucks, 75 bucks, whatever it is. You have to be able to maintain. Don't compromise that surplus. Don't give away the farm. Don't continually, month in and month out, justify those purchases that you don't need. You have to look at this and you have to protect this. This is defendable. This is defendable. That's why I throw it out there for you guys, because a lot of you guys are like, you know what? Man, I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have any money. I'm here to tell you, you do. You do. All you have to do is take a hard look at the salary that you're bringing in and how you're matching up your expenditures. And I get it. I get it. Most people spend more than they make. They spend more than they make. They have a hard time aligning what it is they think that they need and the amount that they're bringing in. And it becomes even more difficult as the salary increases. The salary increases a couple more $100 and the expenditures go up multiple hundreds of dollars. You know, it's just a sick, revolving problem, especially in the United States. We're all guilty of it. But the best way you can do it is to protect that little bit of surplus. This is what people talk about when they talk about paying themselves first, instead of justifying those multiple trips to McDonald's or buying things, clothing for full price, things that you don't need, sunken cost, things that you just don't need. Cut it out. Protect that. That surplus right there is critical to your success in getting it filtered into a good investment vehicle, and your ability to identify this surplus is the key takeaway. All right, number 5, evolve as an investor. You have to keep an open mind. I can't tell you how many people come to the channel, they already know it all. I can't help you. I can't. I don't care if you have money. I have people come to the channel that make $25,000 a year and they're phenomenal investors, wonderful people, well-rounded people. They have perspective. They have peace of mind. Those are people that I want to work with, hard-working people who just want a little bit more of an edge, who want to say, Ryan, I want to identify this surplus, but I just don't know how. Can you help me? You betcha we can. We can help those people. What I can't help are people that know it all already. And if you're going to start this program and say, you know what, honestly, Ryan, it sounds great. I don't know a whole lot about it. I want to start, but I also want to learn. Those are the people right there we're looking to reach, man. We are looking to reach those people. Evolve in your rationalization of self-directed investing, but involve in your substantiation of self-directed investing. You have to substantiate this for yourself. I'm just the deliverer of the message, but do not do it because I bring the message to you as a testimonial on what I do, all right? Justify it for yourself. What is he talking about with lower fees? Why is diversification important? Why do I need cash on the side? If you don't, Don't worry about it, all right? I'm just telling you, this is a critical piece that in my experience in investing, I fall back on those things. And it's one of those things that I can teach upon because I've evolved. I've evolved in not only understanding the information, but internalizing the information, and I'm turning it back to you. Avoid distraction. This is the big one. You got to be really careful because every other video on the big YouTube channels on YouTube, every other third video comes out and tells you how much money they're making. That's awesome. I'm just confused as to how that affects you. And nobody talks about these fundamental premises of investing. And I know I'm not the only one who understands these things. What surprises me is the lack of transparency with people who either they don't understand it or they just don't want to deliver it to people, because this is the very stuff that helps people, helps you. It helps you. It helps you become a self-directed investor. It helps you take charge, all right? But if you're being distracted by the stock of the week or the stock of the month, or I need to buy this, I need to buy this, or I need to sell that, and I need to sell this, you're always robbing Peter to pay Paul and you're getting nowhere. You're running into quicksand. The distraction is crazy. Having a solid plan in place will help, all right? Now, I'm not saying don't watch YouTube. You watch it, but watch it with a filter, okay? Please ask yourself, what is the objective of the creator providing the message, and what is the intent of the message putting through? Who is it aimed at benefiting, okay? You have to answer those very simple questions. Don't allow yourself to enter into a plan only to be distracted and pushed off of or away from your plan, all right? Number 7. The very products that we are looking to seek. You go in and you sit down with a financial planner. A lot of what we provide on the Independent Investor channel is a disconnect between the financial planning world and the self-directed world. How much more open you are to certain products over here that will liberate you under the self-directed envelope. I am talking about ETFs. I am talking about index funds. I am talking about single stock. I am talking about equities at its very, very core. The common thread between those equities, the products that I just named, they are all low to no cost. Low to no cost. Conversely, if you go talk to a financial planner, are they going to recommend any of those three? I'll leave that to you to answer, okay? Engage. You have to engage. I'm talking about the green light to monitor, right? To pay attention, to learn some of the terminology in the stock market. I know this is scary for some of you guys. Get over the fear. Break through those barriers. Go under, around, or over it, okay? I can provide you the fuel. I really can. This is my favorite topic, but you're the one who has to walk the walk. You have to become a better, you have to become more aware. You have to become more aware of what is available for you, and you have to be willing to exploit that through awareness. You have to be willing to not only be aware, but to put to action what it is that you're seeking out and validating on your own. You have to engage. You cannot put your head in the sand and expect to succeed in the stock market. It does not work that way, and it can be a very costly one the more time that passes that you have your head in the sand. You have to engage in this program. Nothing in life comes for free. Nothing comes without some level of hard work, and I will contend that a lot of the hard work will be up front, only to put a plan in place just to monitor it. Engage. Look for areas of improvement, okay, as the market progresses and gives you different ideas about where we are in the market cycles, okay? Engage. Pay more attention, okay? You have to seek a strategic edge. And when we seek out these products and we seek out these accounts, the accounts and the products, by nature of those two things can give you that strategic edge, okay? A nice diversified S&P 500 ETF in a self-directed account with free investing. That right there is the biggest gift that I can give to you through the channel, and I'm charging you nothing for the information. This information is worth potentially millions of dollars over the course of an investing life, with the amount of money that you'll save in fees. When I'm talking about a strategic edge, I am talking about seeking diversification. I am talking about seeking what has traditionally worked in the stock market. If you guys don't want to pay attention to dollar cost averaging, then set a date and pay yourself first with this surplus. Right? See how this all comes together? Pay yourself first through dollar cost averaging. Deploy one of my strategies in strategic buying. Buy the market on the red. How hard is that? Anybody can do it, right? It's all about you. It's all about you. It's not about me. I do this stuff already. Strategic edge, strategic buying, all right? Take your tax return and invest it. That's a strategic edge, all right? Saying no to expenditures month in and month out. That's a strategic edge. No matter how much you're able to build up your net worth, maintain the plan. That's a strategic edge, all right? Be different than the rest. Don't be counted for with the masses, okay? I've said many, many times, the more outside the box you're willing to think, the more of a strategic edge you will be able to gain and maintain in the stock market. That's real talk. The last thing, probably the most important thing that you can have as far as your investing principles, is to have perspective. All right, the best investors out there are not those folks who come to me and they are a mess with everything else and they expect to find magic by buying one share of the S&P 500 and going like this. You have to have a deeper perspective. You have to have a perspective in approaching the stock market and understanding that there is risk involved in the stock market. You can lose capital in the stock market. Your money will be fluctuated. It will be subjected to risk. You have to get used to the abnormal prospects of watching your money go down. And you have to have perspective enough to persevere past those barriers that I try to set for you before you even invest 1 red cent in the stock market, because I'm trying to get that mental preparation in place. Because without proper perspective, I don't care how solid of a plan you're able to build for yourself. Without this perspective, you'll lose. You will lose, and you will lose big if you're not mentally prepared to understand that investing is a small, if not significantly small, aspect of your life, all right? And there's so much more that comes into your financial health and well-being instead of just the dollars and cents in the account. It is way more holistic than that, guys. And the quicker you are able to gravitate toward this investing principle of perspective, the better off you'll be. Guys, leave your comments at the bottom of the video. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Welcoming all the new subscribers to the channel that are making their way in. I'll be the first to say congratulations for making your way in to this message. I offer this message free of charge for you guys. Leave your comments at the bottom, guys. Make sure that you share this basic fundamental investing video with anybody out there that you know can benefit from this information. I believe wholeheartedly that everybody must have this information. It is not optional. It is absolutely critical. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.